Hey guys, I want to talk here a little bit about muskie fishing down in New River and also about smallmouth fishing. This is a picture of a state record muskie that was caught. There's a picture of a game warden and also the gentleman who caught it. So I'm going to run on through these videos. I got a lot to tell you guys, and this video is going to be kind of short. Here's another picture of a walleye record walleye that was caught in New River. New River is got a lot of state record fish. If you take a look at all the bodies of water in New River, in Virginia, New River has by far most of the not most of, but more records caught in New River than any other river. Crater Lake here, you notice right here, is actually on New River, so that should count. Also, you can see that the state record walleye is there, and then there's another walleye, and then a smallmouth bass. Of course, state record is in New River. And if you go on, I've got another one of these. State record fish, this would be this one here, and it'll go on down through there. I've got those walleye there again at the top, and you go on down through here and you'll see the state record muskie, 45 pounds. That's a big muskie, and that's the one that I showed you in the picture there. But there's quite a few records. There's more records in New River than any other body of water in the state of Virginia. So let me go on through here. I've got a lot, like I say, I've got a lot to tell you folks. I wanted to show you some of the fish citations that, if you'll notice here, there's citation pull-ups for quite a number of years, going all the way back to 2000. What a citation is, if you catch a fish of a certain length, and it really depends on the species of the fish, then you can get a citation, which is a little certificate from the state of Virginia, the Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries, that'll certify that you caught a fish of that species and how much it weighed and so forth. You got to take it into some place like a supermarket or one of the outfitters and get it weighed and get it certified, and then you send that into the state of Virginia, and then they'll send you a certification. You can see here a lot of these are muskies on the list, and a lot of smallmouth bass, a lot of 20 plus inch smallmouth bass, and a lot of 40 plus inch muskie. I know a local guy that has guided a lot for one of the outfitters here, and he's caught hundreds. I talked to him. He said he caught over 300 muskies, but he's out on the river fishing every day, and he said he's caught a lot in the 40s, but he's only caught one over 50 inches. If you go through these citations here, you'll find that there's several muskies that have been caught over 50 inches in the state of Virginia. I got another citation here. Shows some of this. Let me pull that up, and here you take a look more. A lot of muskies and walleye. A lot of muskies here, and this gives a length here and how much they weigh. And you'll notice here there's a muskie caught on March 19, 2017. Muskie is 50 inches. So that's probably right when the muskies are spawning. So that's really a good time to catch them. A walleye, they spawn really early in the spring, so it's pretty cold when they're spawning. And that's a good time when you can catch those. Most of your state records are going to be caught during when the fish are spawning, because females are full of eggs, And sometimes that'll put a couple extra pounds of body weight on the fish. So let me go on through, went through the fish citations and some of the pictures. Let me talk a little bit here about some of the outfitters that are down here in this area. Tangent Outfitters is a big outfitter in Pembroke, Virginia. And there's another outfitter in Pembroke, Virginia also. They do canoe trips and fishing trips and overnight trips, mountain biking. They're quite a big outfit. They got probably 50 to 100 canoes. And that guy right there that you see in that picture there in the middle, controlling the boat, he's taking a couple of fishermen down the river. That is Sean Hash. He's a gentleman that runs Tangent Outfitters, the fishing and outdoor part of it. So let me go on here to that next picture. Tangent, they've also got a Facebook page. You can find them on Facebook. I'll pull that up here real quick, and you can call them. Get on their Facebook page, Tangent Outfitters. You can call them and book a trip or talk to them about fishing. So go on here to the next one. There's also a New River Outdoor Company, and also located in Pembroke, just right down the road from Tangent. And they do fishing trips, and they've got some canoe rentals and so forth. So they're also very active on the river. Now, all of these outfitters, it's catch and release with these guys. They're out there fishing every day, and it's all catch and release. There's a lot of fish in New River, and a lot of the places on New River is very difficult to get to. So what I want to do right now is I want to pull up a map and show you guys where you can fish here. A lot of this river here is kind of remote, and there's only certain places along the river that you can really put in at. You can put in at Eggleston. There's a bridge that goes across the river at Eggleston, and there's a big area right under the bridge at Eggleston where you can actually put in, or you can actually camp there overnight if you want to. And the river flows north, so it's flowing the way I've got the cursor going here. So you can put in an Eggleston, float all the way to Pembroke. That'll take you, if you're fishing, that'll take you a day to go from Eggleston down to Pembroke. Or you can put in at Pembroke and go to Ripplemead. That won't take quite a day. But then you can put in at Ripplemead, and then you can go all the way down to Parisburg. There's a bridge that crosses the river right here where you can see the road go across. And at that bridge, at all of these places here along and through here, Narrows, and even down at Glenlyn, right where you go into Virginia, there's public access to the river and public boat ramps where you can put in your boat in the river. So you really don't need to book with one of these outfitters. You can come down here, bring your own boat, bring your own equipment, and you can put in at one of these bridges, and you can actually camp right along the river. Here in Eggleston, there's some good places to camp right along the river. And also at Ripplemead, there's a place right along underneath the river. There's a park. Parisburg has a park there, and there's also a large stretch of the river where you can park and camp overnight. At Pembroke, there is a Virginia Department of Game and Inland Fisheries boat ramp. There's also one down here at Parisburg, and there's also one at Narrows, and at Glenlyn there's a place where you can put in down there too. So a lot of places where you can get access to the river and put in. Most people, what happens, the outfitters, they launch their boats at Eggleston and they'll float down to Pembroke, or they'll launch at Pembroke and float down to Ripplemead, or they'll launch at Pembroke and float all the way down to Parisburg. And these stretches of the river, you see back here where I've got my cursor going, they're actually very remote, and the only way that people get in there is to float down the river and fish those areas. But those places aren't fished very much that are down in through here, so it's kind of remote. Let me move on here to the next map because I don't want to run out of time. Got a satellite view here of the area, and it will show you this is where the river runs. I'm following it with my cursor, and it runs Brookmead to Pembroke and then to Eggleston. You can actually see the river here on the map. And there it says New River, so that's a good place. There's also a lot of hiking. There's Cascade Falls Trail. That's a really, really famous hike here in Virginia. This right here, this road here, you see there's a creek comes in to the river along this road. It's called Wolf Creek. And there's lots of trout streams here in Giles County also that you can fish in. So before I run out of time, I just want to get here and do another one of these things. I've showed you the map, the satellite view, showed you all the fish citations. So let me go ahead and I actually had another, oh, here it is, conclusion. So basically what you can do is you can look up on those websites of the New River Outdoor Company and also Tangent Outdoors in Pembroke, Virginia, and you can book trips through them. But if you want to come down and bring your own equipment and your own boats, you can do that. And there are people here, Appalachian Trail people, that do shuttles. I've done a few shuttles, and I've worked for some of the fishing, the outdoor companies, the outfitters, hauling people around from place to place. So I'm pretty familiar with it. So there's lots of opportunity. If you just want to come down and not even bring any tackle, you can book with Tangent Outfitters or one of the other, because they've got the boats and the guides, and they've also got the fishing equipment, so you don't need to bring any equipment down. You can just come down and book with them, and they'll take you out in one of their boats, and you can use their equipment, so you don't need to bring anything. But if you want to bring your own equipment and your boat and everything, you can do that, and you can actually camp right along the river. And they've got a lot of places here you can stay, a lot of motels, which are very, very reasonable. But anyway, if you need any more information, or need me to point you any place, or you need me to maybe do a shuttle for you, there's my email, and you can also call me. There's my phone number. So thanks a lot, and you folks have a nice day, and I hope you come down and do some fishing down here in Giles County. Really, it's a great place to catch a lot of fish, smallmouth and muskie and walleye, and also a lot of sunfish like rock bass and bluegill and crappie.